The workers' compensation program in the state of Tennessee is basically set up to take care of injured workers. Anytime that you're injured at work, the employer that you work for is automatically responsible for you. There's some exceptions to that, but basically 95% of the time you should be covered under workers' compensation. So long as your employer is not a farmer, so long as you're not a domestic worker, or so long as your employer has at least 5 employees, you should be covered. Now, once you're covered or once you've had an injury that is work related, basically the program covers three things. One is it covers medical treatment, and that's reasonable medical treatment and prescriptions, not only now but for the rest of your life as it pertains to that particular injury. The second thing that it provides for is temporary pay. You get you get pay if you're taking off work by a doctor. You get 2/3 of your pay from the time that you're injured and the time that the doctor takes you off, up until the time that you return to work, or up until the time that a doctor feels that you've gotten as good as you're going to get. You're not going to get any better or get any worse. Then the third thing that workers' compensation pays for is any permanent impairment or restrictions that has been assigned to you by a doctor. And from that permanent impairment or restrictions, then we go by a schedule to determine what your benefits should be. So you're not going to get any other benefits other than the three things under workers' compensation. They make the employer automatically responsible for you, but in exchange, the employer only has to pay a limited amount of benefits. And that's very important to understand. If you have a workers' compensation injury, you will be solely limited to the workers' compensation benefits. In other words, you would not be able to file suit against your employer for other things unless, of course, there's been some other party responsible or some sort of type of product that was responsible. So that's basically what you'd be entitled to under the workers' compensation program.